What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Listen, word on the street is that SK allegedly cheated on Raven after their wedding, after dropping her at the altar when she jumped through every single Nigerian hoop he wanted her to jump through to get married to him. He turned around and started dating on Hinge, looking for other women. All the while, if you watch the reunion, then you remember Raven said that they just decided to continue dating after the altar. So I don't believe they ever took a break. I think they decided mutually that there was a potential of them saying no at the altar, and that if that was the case, they would go on to kind of just date as a regular couple and see how things go. And it seems as though SK might have proven me right. Remember, I've got a video saying that SK is the actual villain of Love is Blind. Some of y'all decided to go in my comment section of that video and say things like, oh, Grace, well, how do you feel now that Zenab was their true villain or this or that? This is what I say. Zenab, if you actually go back and rewatch it the way that I did, she always was very openly critical and demeaning to Cole. So she wasn't even hiding that. Like, it just came out on crack at the end. So I still maintain my opinion that SK was the true undercover villain of the show, because if you recall, their relationship and engagement and their marriage all hinged on all of his wants and desires, just for him to drop her at the altar and now apparently cheat on her. Wow. Come on, you guys. Anyway, the allegations were posted on TikTok by a user by the name of M, whether that is short for Emily or whether that is short for Emma, Emmeline, whatever. I'm not sure, but we will find out. Listen, I was sent this link. I haven't really even watched it like that because I was filming other videos. So I'm going to watch this right now in real time with you guys. Okay. So let's see what's been going on. Like, I kind of skimmed it, but let's really see what happened. So she posted a screen grab of a text message exchange, and it appears to be that SK texted her, laughing my ass off. They didn't have to prove all that. Then he sent her a video of him paddleboarding as an invitation to come to Austin, Texas with him. So let's go. So she says, hey, that looks like fun. So here's the video. You can really verify that this is SK on the paddleboard. There he is. There he is. We know that face. So here's some text messages between the two of them. First of all, he says, what's up, M? It's SK from Hinge. SK, why are you on Hinge? In April, right after they filmed the show, why were you on Hinge? Because, were you not already in a committed relationship with your ex-fiance at that point? Something in the buttermilk is not clean there, but let's continue. So I'm just going to make the screen bigger for you guys. She says, hello, hi. He responds with, I'm sorry, I don't talk to computer science majors. LOL, peace. She goes, pardon? Because that was quite corny. He goes, you're studying computer science, right? She goes, yes. He's like, I was just kidding. I think that's very impressive. What made you want to do that? She doesn't respond. He goes, look what I found. And then he sends her a meme. Listen, first of all, SK's whole humor is as corny as you would expect it to be. But this girl, she's a little bit dry. I'm not even going to lie. Like, come on, like at least let out a little chuckle for him or something. Damn. So he sends her a meme. She responds to it with ha ha ha, like reaction emoji. And he goes, okay, so do you have any family in the US? She doesn't respond. He double texts again. You've been on my mind today. Oh, shouldn't Raven be on your mind? Did you have a good day? So she goes, oops, as you can see, I suck at texting. And then she says, no, I don't have any family in the US. And she doesn't even actually respond to him saying that she's been on his mind. So she pretty much curves him, but he doesn't get the hint. He keeps on going. So he's like, oh, so since you suck at texting, do you prefer talking instead? And yeah, like, I don't know. They continue on. He's asking her for some reason what happened, and she doesn't even understand why. I don't understand why either. So then in the next text messages that she shows, he's telling her that he's ready to plan our ramen date because I'd hate to have to go without you. Oh, Lord. When are you free this week? So she responds with, can I let you know? I'm having a bad week and I'm extremely behind. He goes, of course, just keep me posted. I hope your week gets better. Almost halfway there. That's nice. He wouldn't even know who was cheating on his fiance. He seems very considerate and kind. Then he goes back with, well, ex-fiance. Then he goes back with, thank God it's Friday. Did you make some progress on your work? M responds with, I'm currently sat in the airport trying to do it. Seems pretty easy. What I have left though. I wrote down the questions and I'll just do the math on my flight. And now here she is posting photos, sending him photos of herself in a bikini. And so here's what I'm starting to think at this point. So now we see that she had sent him a photo of herself with a bikini, but all the while leading up to this, it was kind of looking like SK was thirsting after someone who was not all that interested in him. But if you're playing him, why are you sending him a photo of you in a bikini? Nobody has a photo of me in a bikini, not even men I've dated, I don't think. I'm trying to think. Maybe they do actually. If we went to like the beach together and I'm sending photos, but like not just like of me standing there, like, like I'm not doing that. Especially here's the thing. Here's what I will say. Here's what I can say for certain, because I can't talk about exes, okay? But a man that I matched with on Hinge that I have not gone out with, especially not out for ramen with yet, is not going to get a photo of me in a bikini, right? So you know what that leads me to believe? That leads me to believe that M is kind of, even if SK was creeping around behind Raven's back, it leads me to believe that M is kind of avoiding sharing more screenshots, like from her side of the interaction, that would help us kind of like contextualize why it is that SK keeps on reaching out to her. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like maybe she had been warmer to him in other interactions, but she doesn't want us to see that. She wants to paint the narrative that he was just thirsting after her and it was very one-sided, but she accidentally exposed herself when it comes to him responding to a photo of her in a bikini. Okay. So he goes, wow, give me a minute. My phone is too hot to handle at the moment. Oh my God, the ick. I'm sorry. If you heard that pin drop, that is this might be a little bit vulgar, but that is my vagina falling out of my body. It dried up so hard, it fell out. So he goes, bathing suit looks fire on you. So she goes, laughing my ass off. Don't be cringe. She's so rude. You are rude. I'm sorry, girl, but you are rude. Why would you say that? Laughing my ass off. Don't be cringe. Like, damn, girl. Damn, ice queen. That hurt my feelings. So he goes, okay, fine. LOL. Do you watch the new show Selling Sunset? She goes, I don't. Like, this girl is so dry. SK, why were you talking to her? Don't be cringe. I don't. Like, if someone asked me if I watched a show and I don't watch it, I'm like, no, but like, okay, so like, what's it all about? Tell me, like, is it good? Do you recommend it? Like, what's you know what I mean? Like, give us something. But I'm really, I don't know. I don't like her vibe. I'm sorry. So he goes, oh, okay. It's like one of those like real estate shows. So what does she say here? The watermark is covering it, but I'm assuming she just said, okay. So he goes, my neighbor's sister is on the new season that just came out yesterday. She's a British Nigerian one, and they just moved here 5 years ago from London. So it's Chelsea. There you go. And so now you see her asking SK if he has an Instagram, and he says, yes, I do. It's SK Forever 2. Are you excited for the night? I don't know what that means. Maybe they have something planned. She sends him a video, and then we get more text messages of a response here. So now let me take my face out, because I'm going to be looking at the camera like this, trying to figure out what they're saying. I got to zoom in on this. She asks him where he's going. And at this point, he says, no pressure. Please respond whenever it's convenient. I totally understand. I'm headed to Austin and Cabo in between. And then they kind of just keep talking about like school and stuff like that, basic conversations about like her being a computer science student. And then he says that his friend from Texas is in town, so he's showing him around, blah, 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 just mundane stuff. And like they really seem to be talking very frequently here, even if she wasn't seeming all that interested. So later on, towards the end of April, on April 29th, SK asks her if she can squeeze him into her weekend plans somewhere. And she says, I don't think so. And you know what is so fascinating about this? Like, SK, why would you keep talking to this girl? She says, I don't think so, but she doesn't propose another time that you guys can like get together. Like, to me, that is a sign of someone not really being that into me. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't propose something else, c'est mort. Okay, like we're not doing nothing. But I digress. So he goes, okay, cool. I know weekdays are probably even worse. I'll be back in early June. So, okay, here she is. She kind of warms up a little bit. She goes, let's do Monday evening in the city, preferably. And I guess, let's see what happens next, y'all. So they send each other a location so that they can meet up. Oh, he's in the white Toyota with the flashing lights on. And I guess they met up and had a good time. They didn't spend the night together, though, because she talks about like what time she woke up the next day. So again, we're talking about school. We're talking about needing naps and stuff like that. That's not really that interesting. It just kind of shows that they had some sort of a connection, some sort of a relationship going on, which I don't doubt. You know, it's unfortunate for Raven because listen, you guys, you know how hard I ride for my girl Raven. I think that Raven deserved so much better than SK. I felt like SK defined their relationship solely on his wants and needs and his culture and his this and his that. And Raven gave everything in that relationship just to be played at the altar and just to be dating. Like the purpose of the show was not, you know, to be dating at the end. So just to like get rejected at the altar, the man didn't even go run after you to see how you were doing. He left you crying in that bed by yourself. His mom came after you and he didn't even come after you and you're still dating him, Raven. I'm sorry, but we've got way too many options to be settling for that, but I digress. Yeah, like it breaks my heart for her that this seems to have been going on behind her back. So now at this point, M is verifying that SK, with his officially verified Instagram, has been following her. So she unfollowed him, but here he is, verified and all, following her, and Raven is following him as well. And then, oh, look at their DMs. They had been DMing each other. He had been responding to her DMs, her stories and stuff like that, telling her that he's proud of her. And this was in May. So this is an area where you're like, okay, now at this point, there's no gray area. He was definitely with Raven. Saying, you did it. I'm proud of you. And then they kind of talk about the price of their monthly, what do you call those, condo expenses and stuff like that. So that kind of sucked. And now at this point, she DMs Raven. I believe this was yesterday or early today when the news broke. And she goes, Raven, listen, I'm coming to you woman to woman. Ooh, Lord. Basically, you know what those dreaded words mean, girl. You know, as a woman, I want to tell you, like, here's what your man been doing behind your back. So let's get into her DMs to Raven. So she's saying, were you two meeting during April and May? Because I'm guessing, and Raven doesn't respond. And she goes, I'm guessing you've now seen the video since SK unfollowed me. And as you can see, the last text he sent to me was 4 months ago. This is important because remember, at the reunion, my girl, who deserves better than SK, said that they had still been going strong for over a year at that point. I'm pretty sure she said that. Like she said, listen, Raven said that they've been going strong since they met. And they met around that time. And now at this point, it's been what, a year and a half or something like that they've been together. So SK, I'm sorry, ma'am, but I know some of y'all like to claim that Black men don't cheat or Nigerian men don't cheat, but listen, men cheat, women cheat, everybody cheats, okay, apparently, which is unfortunate. I really don't like when people do this to people. You know, I think it's very unfair. I think it's very abusive as well. So listen, I'm going to actually come back to you and confirm when they shot Love is Blind season 3. That's going to be my pièce de résistance. So stay tuned for that. But let me just tell you yet again, this man, SK, was the undercover villain of season 2. The other people showed their true colors throughout the show, but him, it was very, very, very subtle. You have to be an eagle-eyed Scorpio to be able to see the type of stuff, the type of BS that he was pulling on Raven. So now let's get back to Emily's DMs to Raven that went ignored, shall we? So she goes, I'm sorry, but if you were together, then I am sending you receipts of everything in case you want them. So she sends her all the stuff from the TikTok that we just saw. And again, she's like, this has been happening April through May. Okay. So now when we sit back and we wonder when Love is Blind season 3 was actually filmed, it turns out, and let me share my new screen with you guys. It turns out that it was around that time. It was around that same time that SK was creeping around with M, double, triple texting her, letting her call him corny or lame or whatnot, like just letting her treat him like a fanboy or something like that. So it seems as though, I'm sorry, Raven, but that man, he ain't no good. All right, so here we go. When was season 3 of Love is Blind filmed? Season 3 of Love is Blind was filmed in March of 2021. Okay, so now when we go and we think about when the reunion was filmed, when was the reunion filmed? The reunion filmed October 26th of this year. And at the reunion, Raven revealed that she and SK had been together this whole time. So a year plus. So I'm sorry, but this guy had secretly been behind her back on dating apps. And that really, truly breaks my heart for Raven. She deserves way better than that. She does. Like, that is absolutely terrible. You know, like Emily told Raven that the last time that SK had texted her was only 4 months ago. The Love is Blind reunion was shot less than 1 month ago. So when you do the math and you hear that Raven and SK are considering moving in together and stuff like that at this point, like, it just really breaks your heart that this is what had been going on behind the scenes, allegedly. So far, neither SK nor Raven have come forward to confirm or deny the reports, or the rumors, or the receipts, I should say, because they're not just rumors, y'all. These are receipts from Emily or Emma. I'm not sure. So she's got photos, she's got videos, she's got text messages, she's got him following her on Instagram, them DMing each other locations, to his white Toyota and stuff like that. Did we see his car on the show? I'm starting to wonder. It sucks. You know, in the words of Nancy's brother at her wedding, even though I was right here, seemingly, when it came to SK being the real villain of the real villain of Love is Blind season 3, I did not want to be right. You know, it sucks to be right about these sorts of things. But unfortunately, when you deal with enough personalities or enough dating or enough friendships or whatnot, like, you start to see a pattern with people. You start to see the subtext. You start to read between the lines. You start to understand body language and this and that if you are keen enough. And I'll just have to leave it at that at this point. You guys, why don't you tell me in the comments section? Emma's claiming that the last time she spoke to SK was 4 months ago, and that he started reaching out to her in March of this year, April. So from April through May, they were like, you know, going around, and we saw that they went out together in April, May. And then Raven and him at the reunion, they seemed to, you know, claim that they had been together since the wedding and stuff like that. So 2 + 2 is 4, and 5 + 5 is 10, then what the F is this, right? Is he cheating? Is he not cheating? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.